Hi everyone, Katie Murray. How's everyone doing today? We are at the end of October, almost November, which means what? Time to get our turkeys for Thanksgiving. Today I want to talk about love. Why? Today is my 20th wedding anniversary. Can you believe it? I want to help those out there who think that love doesn't exist. I think it's so sad. Anyone out there who just has that attitude and you're willing to just settle for being alone and sitting on your couch watching Hallmark movies and Lifetime movies by yourself with 20 cats. Don't do it. I'm telling you honestly. You can find Mr. Right or you can find Mrs. Right. Why are you willing to just settle for less? Aren't you worthy of having happiness in your life? Honestly, somebody is out there for you. You just have to flip the switch, okay? And it's not just me, my parents, they've been together for over 60 years now, married, but it takes hard work and it takes grit, determination, and you have to be willing to fight for a relationship. It can't just be you and what you want and what you need. It is work. Okay, so if you have a good attitude and you're willing to compromise, you can make things work in your life. But you can't just be that type of person who is unwilling, at times to compromise. And you have to, like I said, put in the work. It's like any relationship, okay? But here's the thing, too many people are willing to settle for less than. So when you're out there and you're looking for the person in the beginning and you have your list, I don't mean like, well, he has to have blue eyes or he has to have green eyes or he has to be 5'10". Not a stupid list like that. What I'm talking about is, you want a person who is ambitious or motivated, okay? Big important things like that. He has to be funny. He has to keep your attention, all right? You know, and I'm going to say it, has to be good looking, right? I mean, the first thing I noticed when I saw my husband was he caught my eye. Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but yes, he's funny and he's very intelligent. And again, I mean, he is funny. I'm like smirking right now because it's like him and I are like two 9-year-olds and we're constantly teasing each other and just we have a great time. But like I said, you caught my eye right away. And to me, I think that is the first thing that draws your attention to somebody. So when I hear people say, oh, looks don't matter, okay, but to each his own. But like I said, stick to your list, okay? Don't settle. Because what happens is, let's say you have your list, right? And then you're out and you're with that person, and all of a sudden it's like, well, he or she, whoever it is, if I'm trying to help a guy or a girl out there, well, they're really not that ambitious, but they have all these other things. What happens is, 6 weeks down the road, 6 months down the road, 6 years down the road, whatever it is, that one quality that you let slide away, okay, it's gonna really come back and bite you because now you're gonna end up nagging and fighting this person. But hey, it wasn't a problem way in the beginning. A relationship, okay, in the beginning, that's your foundation, all right, where everything is built from. And if you don't have a firm foundation, it's gonna crumble. So you make sure right away in the beginning you have a good foundation to build from, or you have nothing, okay? So stop it from crumbling in the beginning. In the beginning is all the qualities that you want in that person. Never settle and always think to yourself, aren't I worthy of that? Right? And everyone is worthy of having what they want in their mate. And if you have all of those things, you're going to win and you're going to be happy in the end. And you're going to have that person for the rest of your life for all eternity. And if you want that, right? If you want that happily ever after. Me, I always, my whole life, was all I ever wanted was to be a wife and a mother and to just live my life forever and ever, right? So you can have that, but you have to stick to the qualities you're looking for, your list. And like I said, when you're with that person, then you have to be willing to compromise then once you're with them. Because if it's all about you and what you want, then you're selfish and you're self centered. A relationship is 50-50. You have to be willing to work with that person. If it's me, 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 So you're more important, you're better than? No. No, 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 no. So again, now if you're fighting, right, you have to be willing to listen, right? Close your mouth, take turns, okay? And you don't go away angry. That's like the worst. I never get that. Like, I'm leaving. Where are you going? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you like walk out of the room, cool down, but to like, where are you going? You're leaving the house to go where? Okay? But anyway, you have to be flexible. Think of it like a stick. A stick breaks if it's not willing to bend. So you need to be like flexible, okay? Don't snap, okay? Like I said, so relationships, they take work, okay? Nothing is easy. I'm not saying it is, but you have to be willing to compromise, dig your feet in, okay? Put the work in. And if you do that, then you're going to have your happily ever after. But if you're one of those people that's like, no, me, you know, and I just can't find Mr. Right, well, then you need to start looking at yourself in the mirror and you need to start figuring it out. Like, what am I doing wrong? You know, well, what can I do? Okay, my worst nightmare when I was younger, I remember growing up and watching Roseanne. I don't know if you ever like remember that show. And if you think that they were a happily married couple, they weren't. Like, they would just yell and scream at each other. And I always thought, oh, dear God, don't ever let me be like them. Now, that's what happens if you settle and you marry someone that you're not compatible with. So you make sure that you find that person that you're compatible with. Never settle, okay? And when you meet a person, take your time getting to know them. I mean, me, it was like interrogation time, you know? And, you know, if they didn't meet like a criteria, next. Too many fish out there. Next. Like, why waste your time? If you know right away that there's certain qualities you don't like, boom, 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 right? So that's what you got to do. So I don't want to hear, oh, there's no one. Oh, I'm giving up. Well, then you only have yourself to blame. And know the difference between being in love, loving somebody, and lust. Lust is the beginning. That's not love. Okay? You need to feel it in your heart, your mind, and when you know that you're willing to give things up for another person and put them first, that's when you know that you truly are in love. When you're willing to just do anything above and beyond, okay? Put their safety, put all of it. That's, you know, okay? So I hope this helped. I hope this inspired you, okay? And like I said, true love exists, but you just have to dig deep, okay? Sorry, there's a chainsaw out there. It's kind of hard for me to concentrate too. My husband's out there like on a boom lift and he's cutting trees down, so my train of thought's kind of like right now. Anyway, what I want to tell you guys is to have a great rest of your week. I will see you next Wednesday. And until then, what are we going to do? Spread lots of seeds of joy and happiness all around. Bye-bye.